9 out of every 10,000 Americans prefer Campari. This is the Campari episode. Today we're being slightly different. Today is all about focusing on one spirit, one bottle in particular, and it is the Red Passion. Campari is a drink that has been around since the mid 1800s and it's still going strong today. So to the uninitiated, what is Campari? Campari is one of many Italian aperitifs and they all have very similar characteristics. You'll see many aperitifs and digestives having this same intense bitterness. The one key difference though is the botanicals, herbs and fruits that are used in distillation. The best way to tell you a bit more about Campari is if I give it a little taste. In terms of flavour, Campari has this intense bitterness that for many people is love or hate. For me, it began as a hate. I really struggled initially with Campari. I believe it's a drink that takes quite a while to come around to and really become accustomed to. It's why the marketing from Campari in the 1900s played on the fact that it wasn't really enjoyed by a huge amount. The 9 in every 10,000 Americans quip was actually from a 1970s Campari marketing campaign in which they even acknowledged themselves it wasn't necessarily the go-to bottle of choice for the Americans at the time. And even in this day and age, from people I speak to on a day-to-day basis, there's a lot of confusion when it comes to Campari and how to best enjoy it. Speaking as someone who really didn't enjoy it, I feel as though I'm in a good position to talk. It's worth noting that I now love Campari. I would happily drink this on its own and think it's absolutely delicious. You have that bitter aftertaste which you grow to love, but Campari to me is actually really sweet as well. If it hasn't put you off already, hopefully you're in for a treat. I've got 3 cocktails coming up today that showcase the wonderful world of Campari. Starting with the classic that everyone knows, the Negroni. After the classic Negroni, which obviously we have to make, I've got 2 more beginner-friendly cocktails coming up. These are for the people who don't at the moment love Campari but want to try and get into it. So we've got the Junglebeard, which is a modern tiki classic, which actually got me into Campari initially. And then we've got the Garabaldi, how to pronounce Garibaldi? Garibaldi, how to do it in Italian?
Garibaldi.
And then the Garibaldi, not a Garibaldi, that's a biscuit. So yeah, on to the first cocktail of the video. Let's make a Negroni. So the Negroni is not only the first cocktail of the 3, it's also the oldest cocktail here today. If you think you don't like Campari and the only drink you've had with it is a Negroni, I can get it. It's quite a strong entry point. Believe it or not, when I first started trying Campari, someone actually recommended the Negroni as the first drink to go to. It's no wonder I didn't like it. It's quite an intense, booze-forward drink. And if you don't enjoy Campari, you will not enjoy a Negroni. But it's where it all started and it's worth making it. The Negroni is a stirred cocktail, so you're going to need a mixing glass. So what you'll need, obviously, is your Campari. As it's an equal parts cocktail, I'm just going to be using 30ml measures for all of these. So 30ml or 1 ounce of Campari. To your Campari, you want to add a good sweet vermouth. I'm going to use some Carpano Antica formula. This has been in the fridge to preserve it a little bit longer. Keep your vermouth in the fridge, unless you want to drink vinegar. It's quite a vanilla forward sweet vermouth, it's really smooth and I love it in Negroni. I love it in everything. I love it in a Negroni. 30ml or 1 ounce of your sweet vermouth. The last ingredient for the Negroni is your gin. Today I'm going to be using some Martin Miller's. It's a really crisp, fresh, juniper forward but not too juniper forward gin. Competes really well against these flavours. I think it lets the Campari shine. As I said, I like a Campari forward drink these days. If you can't get Martin Miller's, a nice citrus forward gin that's going to elevate the cocktail is a really good choice too. Tanqueray 10 is a really nice option. If you want to go down more of an earthy route with your Negronis, Roku gin is a really good choice as well. 30ml or 1 ounce of your preferred gin. You want to add ice to your mixing glass, grab a big spoon and give that a stir. Once you've chilled that down, you want to grab a chilled rocks glass, and to that I'm going to add some ice. A slice of orange or a wheel of orange works brilliant as a garnish. I'm going to just go for a peel and express the oils. And there you have it, the Negroni. So fresh with the orange on the nose. And that is it. Woo! So the Campari here is definitely the strong leading contender. What's really good is by choosing quite a strong and punchy sweet vermouth that's got a lot of body and flavour to it, the Campari has a partner, it has a match. Personally, I don't like using martini sweet vermouth, for example. I think that's a really bottom end of the scale. Carpano Antica formula is towards the higher end of the scale. The price reflects that, but you can, for a home bar scenario, buy smaller bottles just so it doesn't go off. This is a really, really tasty cocktail. It's so nice, it's lovely. It's definitely not an entry level Campari cocktail. It's the Campari cocktail by all means, but it's not entry level. For me, if I was trying to get into Campari from the beginning all over again, I'd try the next two drinks first, get accustomed to them, grow to like them, and trust me, the Negroni will always be waiting for you on the other side. It's a really nice drink, but I'm excited for the next one. The next one we're going to be making today is the Garabaldi. So, the next cocktail on the list is a drink that was made famous in Dante's Bar in New York. It's a really easy cocktail to drink for someone who doesn't like Campari, in my opinion. It's one of the two cocktails that really got me into drinking Campari, and it's just so refreshing, so tasty, and it's a longer drink. For me, if you're not too comfortable with a spirit, aim for those longer drinks. You've got more leeway. What's different about the Garabaldi is that it's only got 2 ingredients, and it's really simple to make. So let's get cracking. For the Garabaldi, you're going to need a chilled highball glass filled with ice, and then it's really easy. You're going to add 30ml or 1 ounce of Campari straight into the glass. We'll call it 45ml. So 45ml or 1.5 ounces of Campari. You're then going to add 60ml of fresh orange juice. Now the fun part. I did say it was 2 ingredients, but the second ingredient is split up. You've got the fresh orange that you add directly to the Campari, and then a layer of frothed orange on top. The best way to do this, if you have an aerator, is use one of them, but I'm going to show you a way to do it without an aerator. So without an aerator, you're going to need your shaking tins. To this, you're going to add around 100ml of your orange juice. Make sure they're sealed tightly and give that a hard shake. You're shaking this without ice, as you don't want to add any dilution, you just want to aerate the orange. Give it a hard shake for 20-25 seconds and it will froth up quite nicely. Once that's frothed up, you can pour that directly into the glass. And you'll get this lovely layered drink. To garnish the Garibaldi, I'm going to put a small orange wedge just on top. So there we have it, the Garibaldi. Yeah, so that's really nice. It's really soft. There's so much orange. It's basically a Campari and orange. One of the issues people face with Campari is that the flavour is grapefruit, and grapefruit is inherently bitter on its own. So they've got the natural connection of bitter grapefruit as well as having this bitter liqueur. But by pairing it with the orange juice, it takes it down another citrus path. It really takes the edge off it. Is it bitter still? Yeah, because you've used Campari. I've used 45ml here. If you wanted to go even more entry level, drop it down to 30. At the end of the day, the best way to enjoy Campari is however you like it. And I like it this way. No one has a right to say anything about the way you drink, unless you're drinking too much, in which case, come on. The next drink on the list is going to be the Junglebeard, and I am very excited for that one. The next cocktail on the list is the Junglebeard. This is very different from the first two. It doesn't just have the one flavour note, it has quite a lot going on, which is synonymous with all things tiki really. It's about that mesh between flavours that makes tiki next level. I'm going to start with 15ml or half an ounce of simple syrup. I don't have any Demerara syrup at the minute, but if I did, I'd drop that down to maybe 10ml, it's a lot richer. To that, I'm going to add 15ml or half ounce of fresh lime juice. Next is 45ml of fresh pineapple juice. Of course, we're going to need some Campari, and this drink calls for 15ml or half ounce of Campari. Finally, I'm going to add 45ml or an ounce and a half of blackstrap rum. In this case, Blackwell's rum, which is a really tasty Jamaican rum. Add ice to your shaker and give that a shake. Many tiki drinks are served over crushed ice traditionally, and the Junglebeard is no different. However, as it's just for me, I'm just going to pour everything into the glass and do a bit of a dirty dump. Normally, a Junglebeard is garnished with a maraschino cherry and a couple of pineapple fronds, but I don't have any that look good enough at the moment, so that'll have to do. So there you have it, a Junglebeard. Oh, that is definitely the most friendly of the three for Campari. You can barely taste the bitterness, but you still notice it's there. I'm getting the grapefruit. I'm getting the grapefruit flavours through without the harsh bitterness this time. The blackstrap rum is so rich. It's so potent. Even 45ml is perfect. It adds a nice sweetness, nice body to the drink, and a slight kick, a little bit of heat. That is gorgeous. Obviously the combination of the lime, the pineapple, it's just tiki personified. It's gorgeous. Definitely give this one a go. Yeah, there's not much more to say. What a brilliant drink. Oh, well, I have drank a lot of Campari today, and I'll be honest, this video was took far too long to record because of the Campari shots I've been taking in between drinks. I've also started to get the sweat slightly, so it's probably best that we round it off now. So there you have it, 3 classic Campari cocktails, and hopefully something for everyone. If you liked the video, feel free to drop a like and consider subscribing. And as always, if you want to see more daily content from me, videos like this, videos not like this, you can jump over to Speakeasy UK on Instagram, where I'll be there on the regular. But until next time, it's been an absolute pleasure. I hope to see you all on the next episode, where it looks like I'm going to be doing a milk punch with Campari. Stay tuned for that one. Cheers.